Greetings alls, Blue Knight. Welcome back to the Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Previously, we went to the shipyard and got ourselves a useless text box. No, that's not what happened. We went to the shipyard to investigate the whereabouts of, well, Skipper's ship, but found nothing. But that did lead us to here, the pirate stronghold. Today, hopefully we'll finish up the rest of said stronghold and finally find out where the ship's location is. So like I said last time, this particular part might give me some trouble. That's why I stopped it the video. That's why I stopped the video from the point where I started. But hopefully I'm not being too paranoid about that. I just saw an ancient flower down there. Hopefully that won't come back to bite me since I'm leaving that alone. Alright, we can back this up a little bit. Be ground here? Yes, there is. Good. I thought there'd be sink sand here for some reason, but I guess I was just being too paranoid again. So whip instead of just climbing up there. Let's be lazy instead, because that's a very good rule to take to heart in life. Let's be lazy of doing actual work. Said nobody ever, unless you were very unmotivated in life. Aha, yeah, okay. This was the part I was thinking of, so it's a good thing I did stop where I did stop the last time. So if we try to approach this chest with the time shift stone in hand, then it's going to be blocked off. So it's best to get the time shift stone as close as possible to the chest, and then try to make a run for it. There we go. And now for a reward, an evil crystal. It's an extremely rare treasure that we're getting quite frequently, actually. So we can't really call it rare at all. Head back and get our time shift time shift orb. A bunch more obstacles popping up in our path. Yep, you see what I mean? That's why you want to stop the orb as close to it without going, well, too close. And for some reason, the bombers will always go after the time shift orb. I guess they want to try and eat it. So I guess it's a good way to bait them off. But you can't really attack them. So there's that. I'll wait for you to attack, and then I'll cut you off from the stem. I do see a Techno Blade nearby though. Throw this off, and then use our Skyward Strike. Uh-oh. Ah, man, I was too close. That's why I was trying to get some distance from the Techno Blade. Especially your Skyward Strike, you can still block him off if you're too close. And that goes at a weird angle. Okay then, he had a pretty weird death. Moving ahead from that, so weird instance. Chop you off from your head, mister. Oh, got a friend too, how nice. And now you both can spend some time in the afterlife. Well, I'm just being really ruthless today. Guess I just want to get through this place, because we're doing quite a lot of dungeon crawling as of late. It's just been like one mini dungeon after another, as I stated yesterday. Or at least whenever I post this. Take care of all you first. Because you're all gonna be acting as nuisances, if anything. Cut you off. Do the electro spumes next. Pull that ahead. Bob you as well in the meantime. Multitasking, that's a thing. Very hard thing to master in life. But in video games, it's probably not that big of a deal. Then again, I always try to think like 2 or 3 steps ahead of the game. Because it's always worth planning ahead. Especially in small situations like this. Alright, so there's a electro gate there. Set that down, and then it's gonna be a pressure switch, isn't it? Well, this box is here, so that's gotta tell us something. So let's test this out first, just to prove my theory right. Just gonna raise that gate up, if we can step off. Yep, I thought so. It is a pressure switch. So now we have to push this crate, the steel crate, over. It will close off one gate though, but it'll open the one we want to go through. Thankfully, we got time shift orb in our hands because we can manipulate time. or something like that. This should put us back near the entrance somewhere. Okay, first, I want to get to that chest. Okay, so there's another switch over there. There's quite a lot of mountains of sand we could deal with as well. Ooh, red rupee. Already over a fifth of the way to our cap level. Very good. Because we can afford to carry a lot of rupees at this point since our wall is so dang big. Alright, go. Where's anything up here? Nope, there's not. Still worth checking out though. Okay, now we can get that special chest. What's our prize gonna be this time? More evil crystals? Wow, we're getting a lot of these today. We're getting a lot as of late. All 4 of them, but it's still appearing quite frequently. Maybe I just forgot that evil crystals are quite common around the Lineru's second portion. Okay, there's a fairy here. In case you ever need to save that for later. Yeah, but despite being called a rare item, we've encountered those evil crystals quite a bit. Or maybe it's just me because I'm doing this all in one session. Bunch of Beboses. I know there's one off in the corner that attacked me first. Once you're your friend though, I don't deal with him. Don't know why I shield bash right there. I could just cut you off with a stem well right close to your feet. But oh well, you're still dead either way. Or deactivated since you're a robot. Dead doesn't really apply to machines, because they can always just be turned back on afterwards, after being repaired a lot. Alright, to get to this part, I think we want to have the time shift orb around here somewhere, so we can still get back by that electric gate. Yep. And just because I'm lazy, I'm gonna use my whip again. Because what's the point of having a whip if you can't use it? Am I right? Huh? Am I right? Hope I'm right. Then again, everyone's got their own different opinions how to approach situations, so I can't really dictate who is right and who's wrong. Got a couple of Arbos to deal with. We could divide and conquer on these guys. Come on, come on. Ah, dang it, Link. Yeah, all you have to do, you just have one job, Link. You have one job, that'll just go after the gemstone. That's it. Oh, whoa. That she appears in front of you afterwards? Guess that's what happens when you take out one of the stones. That I forgot about. Make sure to keep that in mind the next time you're after the Arboses. Or Armosai. Come on. Wow, I didn't get either of those gemstones. Doing really bad against the Arboses today. Then again, this is the first time we ever encountered them since, I think, the mining facility. Come on, Link! It's sticking out. It's practically giving its gemstone to you. How hard is it to do that? Thank you. Jeez. Man, the controls sometimes can mess you up. It's unbelievable how much trouble I was having against that one Armos in particular. But finally we can put that time shift orb down. And that opens more of the pirate stronghold, or that might be the exit. It could be just me. A report, Master. The power of the time shift orb appears to have caused a change in the structure. I recommend going outside to further assess the situation. And assess we shall, Fi. So let's head past the exit and head back to the surface. Okay, so we got a couple of masts here to deal with. But they don't seem to look like any of the ships that we're looking for. Or any of one ship. Yeah, that's what I'm doing, Fi. I'm looking around. They all seem to be shipwrecked. There's a 60% probability that these masts and these ships are for the ship that protects Neru's flame. You can now set your dowsing ability to search for the ship that holds Nehru's flame. Thanks to Phi's unspeakable powers, we can now finally get to finding that ship at long last. But before we leave, you saw a claw shot target up there. Be sure to go after this first. Otherwise you'll miss out on something important. Climb up here, and look what it is. Another goddess cube. There it goes. Okay, I think that might be the only thing worth of value here to keep in mind before you leave. So with that, let's head back to Skipper and tell him the good news. We finally have a lead to his ship, which is better than nothing at this point. We've kind of been running around, go after mini dungeon after mini dungeon at this point. So I think he does deserve the good news after all of our hard work. So my ship wasn't here either. You found a clue? You know the place? Some kind of thing called dowsing? That's amazing! This time we'll definitely find my ship. Ready to set sail? To sea we go! How are we going to search this whole huge sea? I have no choice but to ask you to do it for me, so get cracking. There is a high probability that the ship is currently hidden from our view, but if we attack it, we might catch a glimpse of it. Alright, so this is one instance where dowsing is going to be very important, he says obviously. So I'm not sure, yeah, we can speed up our boat while we're dowsing as well, so that's good to know. So don't even bother wasting your time with all the enemies at this point if you just want to go ahead and finish up this whole search. I'm not sure if you get any rupees from defeating enemies at sea anyways. I'm not very certain about that. So I'm just gonna bypass them and then go after the sand ship. So it's right up ahead, according to our dowsing target, reticle thing. I know how to word obviously, because my English is very good. We should be getting closer to it. Just don't want to use too much stamina though. Let's see, this extra boost. Yep, we're close to it. I think we bumped into something. Okay, so where to go? Where did you go, Mr. Ship? Aha, there you are. So then quickly before we lose it, fire off a cannon. Might be too far from us actually. Let's switch back to our dowsing. Yeah, went out to the right. Okay. That should be a good spot. Yep. Aha! We found it. Did you see it? That's my ship. We must pursue and keep pounding with the cannon. Eventually it won't be visible no more, so just douse and try and shoot the air and just hope for the best, I guess. A good way to tell if you're aiming right is if your reticle does go up like that. That's a good indicator if you find the ship. Welcome to the sand ship. And believe it or not, this is our next dungeon. Well, after all of our efforts, we finally made this into a makeshift shipwreck, I guess. Okay, so now where to start? I guess to go through that door. Yep, all the other exits are blocked off in one way or another, so go through the double doors and see where we can proceed. And I'm not sure why, but every time you go through those double doors, the music will make that little, those few notes all the time. Every time we go through those double doors. I don't know why. It just does. Alright, so let's head downstairs, the basement. If memory serves me, we might be using the gut spells quite a bit in this dungeon. It's pretty cool how that the game is still using items from past dungeons in some capacity. It's not like you just use them once and then forget about them forever. Alright, what do I need? That's my adventure pouch. I think I'm full on seeds and bombs, so I'm gonna try to draw rupees this time. Hopefully, the game will not recognize otherwise. Come on. Yes! I know that was a pretty bad rupee, but the game recognized it, so it's good enough for me. Like I said, I am not very good at drawing. I never have been. So, anytime I get something like that right in this game, then it's a small victory for me. Though I have taken an interest in trying to draw again recently because of all the fan art I've been seeing on the internet over the years. Haven't gotten around to sketching quite yet because I've been devoting a lot of my time to, well, making videos, but I'll be sure to make time for myself at some point. Because I did get a sketchbook recently to try practice drawing at the very least. I want to put that to use. Alright, so let's head even further down here. Yeah, this dungeon is not as memorable to me as the Ancient Cistern was, but I still like it quite a bit, probably because of the architecture. Then again, I just like pirate stuff in general, not as much as I do like with Eastern culture or just mythology in general, but I still like this very much. But it doesn't confuse me a lot as much as some of the other dungeons that we've had recently, like the Mining Facility and in some capacity the Ancient Cistern. Go a little bowling with this little bomb. Blow that electro spume. Proceed even further. Can I make it? Yes, I can. You're gonna barely make that every time unless you conserve your stamina, so be sure to keep that in mind. But what I'm really looking forward to is finding the dungeon item in the sand ship. Because for some reason, I just seem to like this item a lot. It's one of my personal favorites in Skyward Sword. So I want to get that at the very least. Hopefully it'll be in this video at some point. So I think we're down in the basement and holy moly, look at all those Aracas. I'll use my claw shot. What I want to use is my bomb. Take out a lot of these at once, if we can. Here's hoping for the best. Alright, I took out quite a chunk. Take you out. Well, of course you just swing out that with your sword, but bombs, swords, decker seeds, they'll die to pretty much anything at this point. There's only 3 more we have to go after. Oh, there's like 4 or 5. There's so much of these I can't keep track. But it's not like they're a threat, like I've said so many times before. Alright. You can see we've got a lot of skeletons and broken machinery here. So that should tell you that we're gonna encounter a time shift of some capacity at some point. And 5 points out to the very big door once again, like she did in the mining facility. She seems to be having to do that in Lineru's temples slash dungeons. It leads to an important room of the ship? No, really, fine. What gave you that idea? So like the big hole in the door. Alright. See. Let's clear this out. Just to see if there's anything else worthy there. And I see you, Keith. I see all of you. Come down here and fight. Yeah, that's what I thought. Can't step to the mine of my blade. My god, it's a long sword of a blade. I make it seem like it's the best weapon in the game, but it's not. If the secret fleets are any indication, we're gonna be enhancing our sword even more. But then again, that's kind of the point of our quest at this point. Point of our quest at this point. Way to word things, Andrew. Again, being very redundant when I try not to be. That's just a pet peeve of mine. It's just hearing the same word repeated multiple times in a short amount of time. See, I just did it again with the word time. But I hope you get what I mean. It's just honestly, it's a little pet peeve of mine. It's something that I don't outright state in public, but it's just something that irks me inside. So that's why I try to use different words, because I want to increase, well, A, increase my vocabulary, and B, I guess try to sound a lot more smarter, more eloquent. At least that's what I try to do. It's just try to improve on my speaking and my vernacular. Okay, let's clear out all of the sand here. I just want to be sure in case we miss any rupees or something like that. But we did reveal a certain order we can use for that gemstone lock we saw. Thankfully, it's not as obviously, well, not obviously, it's not as well hidden as the Temple Sacred Order back in the Ancient Cistern. Then again, I do tend to miss that temple quite a lot, that dungeon. Alright, so... which order should I hit it? Okay, so it's this one first. You can tell which order to hit each of these gemstones in by the color of these... the color of the wheels. So we gotta hit this last. So it's gonna be... down, down, up, down, right. That should be the combo. Come on, Link, go to the door. Thank you. You don't want to make you seem very incompetent now, do you? Down, right, down. Was it left? No, right. Want to make sure. Got it first try. All right. It always helps to double check. Just go through these double doors. And that. I hope this leads to the dungeon item. Let's see. Come on. Big buddy, no whammies. It's bulky. Better than nothing, but I was hoping for the dungeon item. Oh well. I guess I was expecting that a bit too early. But now the question is where to use this key. Actually, I do have an idea where we could use it. And I'm not gonna put that off till next time. We'll make that at the ending for today's video. Remember those double doors that we entered when we started this dungeon? That's where the locked door is, so I'm gonna meet you back there. Alright, here we are. There's a stool in case you need to sit down and regain any health. But I'm not gonna do that, because I'm at full health, obviously. So let's go to the doors. And look how badass this robot's design is. This looks so cool. This is the LD-002X Scrivo. Skirbo. Oh yeah, because scurvy. Duh. This mutinous robot stole the ship from Skipper long ago. He still commands it today. When fighting in a narrow space like this, it's more effective to thrust attack with your sword than to try swinging it wildly. Yeah, so we're kind of walking the plank in a way. This is a very cool idea for a boss fight. Okay, so what you want to do is strike it up a few times. Thrusting your sword is going to be very key, like Fi said. Actually, you get a lot of hits on him, but when he strikes like that and pulls the sword in a certain direction, obviously you don't want to swing in that direction, otherwise you'll reflect it. Like so. Try to block up there, but I was too smart for that. That was the first phase of the fight though. Saw he's got another spiral sword of sorts to work with. Alright, Skirbo, time for round 2. For some reason you get teleported to the opposite ends again after he pulls out another of his weaponry, but other than that, it's nothing to seriously look at. It's just kind of silly to me how you get teleported back to opposite ends after each phase. So this is where thrusting is really gonna come in handy. I hope so. Hopefully you've been practicing on your stabbing because, like I said, that's key to this fight. And now he lost one of his arms after the first 2 phases. He's resorting to his hook now. As you see, every time we do advance to a new phase, there's a bit shorter of the plank we have to work with. Go for electric shot. And he's done. Ooh, that's a hard landing. Very rough. At least, if he went down, I guess he kind of went down a blaze of glory. At least in my opinion. That synthetic life form, there's a 99% chance that it was the pirate described by the captain. I can't help but admire the tenacity it displayed in staying alive and functional all these years. Yeah, that's another thing I forgot to point out too. The fact that Skirbo managed to stay alive after so long, especially that pirate get up as well, it's kind of like a zombie robot pirate of sorts. That's a really cool idea. But in any case, we finally got the bow. We can now hit targets at a very long range. Arrows do a lot more damage than Deku Seeds. So goodbye to the scatter shot after we just upgraded it very recently as well. And as always, we can press down on the D-pad to center our aim if it ever gets out of alignment. Master, a report about the bow you have just obtained. Your bow's elasticity can propel arrows through the air with great force, allowing you to strike your targets from afar. To confirm the controls associated with your bow, raise your bow by pressing B, then press 2. You can also shoot arrows to strike certain devices in order to activate them. I have confirmed that such a device exists on the deck. However, it will be difficult to target it from here, so I recommend you return to the deck. Oh, I've been waiting so long to get this item. I have no idea why, but I just love the bow very much. But I'm gonna show that off next time on The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Yeah, I know, but we just got the bow, and as much as I want to use it right away, we just got off of a pretty intense boss fight. And we just took down a pretty cool minor character too, so I think that's grounds for ending the episode for now. With that being said, next time we're gonna progress even further into the sand ship with our new dungeon item in hand. And, as this unwritten Zelda rule goes, if there's a new item we find in the dungeon, chances are we're gonna have to be using that quite a lot in said dungeon. So until we meet again everyone, farewell for now.